that weren't the case, you would not be dragging that motherfucker with you every single where you go. So I do want to say that to Sean Cash. We know that you're pussy. We know that you're not that. We know that you're a young nigga that's rowdy and ready and just, don't want to get caught laughing because the laughing will be up and stuck with you because no telling what the fuck you've done, as a stupid idiot you are. Okay, so yes, definitely a hot head. I don't know why he, continues to hang with, the people, keep them friends. Okay, because obviously that's what it's giving. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why he keeps hanging with the townspeople. I don't think he knows his worth. And while a lot of y'all were trying to blame and point fingers at Keith, Lee, Ebony, Imp, and Ashley, I just don't want to give them that much power, me personally, because I don't think it was them. I think because, from what took place when he was about to leave, it had to be someone close. I think that Keith needs to sweep around his own front door. I think that Keith needs to sweep around his little circle that he has established on Bigo, and he needs to face the fact that he is somewhat of an influencer. You know what I'm saying? He can be highly influential, and when you're highly influential, you have fans, and then you have haters, and then you have those that are disguised as friends that are both of which fans and haters. So then you mix those up into your personal square, and that's when these type of things get to happen. When you get to mix, y'all don't remember how I got locked up? I was all up in the Bigo street, mixing and mingling with the Bigo girls, thinking I had friends and such and such and such and all that, and they all was tied in together. One thing about this app is not that big. The world ain't that big, and this app is even smaller. Okay, sweetheart? So everybody know pretty much everybody on here, bitch. Somebody might be cool with somebody you would never even imagine them being cool with, bitch. And you already took your ass out and about next to a nigga that wanted to motherfucking blow you, bitch, and didn't even know he was on the motherfucking way. That should have been a red flag for you, but you didn't even consider that or even take that into complete, understanding. You didn't even take that into complete consideration because you just began linking up with everybody. And one thing about it, baby, when you're somebody, you don't link up with everybody. When you are declare and decree that you're somebody, when you live your life like you're somebody, when people consider you to be somebody, because sometimes you ain't even shit. People just consider you to be somebody, honey, and they'll be mad over that and over your ain't shit ass. So if you consider to be somebody by somebody, then you need to be careful and you need to be cognizant and aware of who you're hanging with. And the reason why I say that is because the second time he went to jail, he was on the way to the airport. And on the way to the airport, thinking that he was about to head out. You know what I mean? And when he got to the airport, he was locked again. And this time it was under the inclination of him sexually assaulting someone already on paper. And according to parole and probation, if you have an instance with another officer or another agency, criminal agency, or if you have interaction or issues with another agency or officer or police enforcement, then you are in violation of probation. So either one or two things are probably about to happen here shortly, and he's probably going to get a BOP because a lot of people are trying to say you have to be convicted. That's not what the paperwork says. What the paperwork says is do not have any issues with law enforcement. Do not have any run-ins with law enforcement. You are supposed to be on your biggest, baddest, and best behavior. You understand what I'm saying? They're not waiting for you to be convicted. They're not waiting for any of that. Once you go to jail, once you get booked, your name is going to be in a system. It's going to be system. It's going to trigger off to your PO or your probation officer, and they're going to be alerted. And it just assume, probation officers are very tricky. They'll tell you you don't have anything to worry about. Come on in. You know what I'm saying? Let's do a routine checkup. And when you get there, baby, they'll clink, 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 bitch. You thought you was coming in to pee. Bitch, you thought you was coming in with a clean system to take a piss and going about your lovely old day, baby. And bitch, before you know it, bitch, the sheriff would be at the motherfucking door, bitch, and you would be in the back motherfucking room, bitch, or that back hallway, bitch, that connects to the motherfucking jail. So, those are things to be mindful of. And, people that are probably trying to set him up probably already know that's the case. So they were just calling in for frivolous things. You know what I'm saying? For, heinous things, that probably never even took place. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't think, me personally, that this is the keys to the straight production. However, Keys was there to deliver the tea, of course, quickly and, fastly. I personally think that someone in that circle needs to be checked. Okay? Someone in that immediate circle needs to be checked. And I'm sure that the snake will reveal its head soon, and we will only probably get. Okay. I'm sure the girl did go into the police station. I mean, she would have to have, some type of something to prove that. But the most, you really think Keith sexually assaulted somebody? All the pussy that gets thrown at him from 50-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 19 and 18-year-olds.
I could be on my medal. That means shit. These niggas still rape bitches.
Hey, love. Okay, so I just wanted to say, or really ask a question because you said with the police contacting. So that's even if they come to contact with you, like they came to the house, he didn't really get in trouble. It don't matter.
Well, it's once you go to jail. It's once you're locked up. It's once
Right.
those type of things happen. They can come check all day and leave. But if you knew you was on papers, you should have never slammed that door and told the people you didn't have to tell them who you was. You should have been very you should have been very willing to, cooperate. You know what I'm saying?
Cooperate. Hell yeah.
So they should win. But bitch, when you slam the police and a Texas officer, they take that in Texas, they take them the badges kind of deep.
Yeah, they don't play out here. I mean, Houston, so I
you
already
know.
Hell yeah. All right, baby, just coming up to ask that. You look cute tonight.
Thank you, baby.
Back to the comment.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, Mo.
Hi, beauty. How
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well.
Okay, now I just want to let you know, and I explained this earlier, I don't know, in a couple of lives, and I try not to bring my work into anything, but I live in Pennsylvania, the state of Pennsylvania. I am an adult probation officer, have been for 5 years. Now, I do understand every state is different. I don't know what you have covered. I just came into your live, but I will say this. When they first went to the house and seen that supposedly SK or whatever his name was had the gun, and everybody's saying he should have got locked up then for being on, I don't know if he's on probation or parole, I'm not sure. But if that was the case, that's the cops' fault because they should have took his ID for being around a gun. If he is on probation or parole, you're not supposed to be around any type of weapon. So that's where they messed up. Secondly, I'm not sure, like I said, in the video where they got pulled over, he did comply. He, put his hands up. You could see he was wearing a seatbelt. So they took him out first. That was kind of suspect, like he just went first, nobody else. And then they left the girl in the car lastly. And as you can hear the one officer say, "Man, what did you say about the gentleman in the front seat?" And she said, "What?" Like she played it off. And you can clearly hear her say, "Oh, nothing, never mind." And next thing you know, this is weird. How do they know what flight the Keith was flying in, what airport, when he was landing? Like I said, I don't know. And he got arrested. Now, if he's on parole, he should have had a detainer on him for being arrested. But again, he's saying he had no charges. So if he has no charges, then they had to let him go and call his parole officer. But he said that he did have permission to be where he was at. So he was not in any violation. But being in contact with any type of police, you are not supposed to be on if you are on adult probation or if you are on adult parole. That's in any state you go to. So something is weird, and like you said, it's somebody inside his circle that is doing this to him. And I hate to say that because he's a real nice gentleman. Like I said, I live in Pennsylvania, and the states are different everywhere you go. His processor could be like, "Okay, well, we'll just handle when his charges come." His lawyer can get the paperwork and see who really called, if he really wanted to do that. But I just
of course, all of this is public information, so you can call down there and get the 911 call if you wanted.
Right. And I mean, a lot of things he was saying, it was adding up, but then it wasn't. But like I said, if I'm just speaking on being an adult probation officer, how it, if he was on being charged, he's detained right now until he's seen a judge. So, I don't know. I was speaking about that all day, and I just wanted to put my input in. But you look lovely today. You have a good night.
You as well.
Okay, so the problem is, Lo, Pastor had a falling out with all them men in that circle. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them, he bitched. That boy said, gee, he bitched him. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they be trying to get Brian Pastor, you know what I'm saying, to be cool. But in actuality, them folks don't fuck with that man like that. Pastor be taking them out of time, buying them drinks, taking them to the... Because you're doing all that, that don't necessarily mean they fuck with him. I don't think them people really fuck with him. I do think it was somebody in his circle that set him up, and for the police to come. If y'all seen Sean Cash with that shit, y'all supposed to took him. Why y'all fucking with everybody else? Y'all don't see nobody else walking around with that shit. So why are y'all fucking with me? So that shit right there all together, it was a setup. And he really needs to start looking at who he hang out with. A lot of these folks, even like no shade, trying to find a little boy, bitch for her. But she be doing her little flip shit on the side too. But you know, she was trying to invite Chaser to the party in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, I don't believe that shit was no lie. I believe all them people out to get past them. They gonna get that motherfucker one by one if he don't stop fucking with them bitches. And I don't think he is because he really fuck with them, but they don't fuck with him how he fuck with them. He better open his eyes. He a fucking Virgo. Boy, you better see that.
Bitch, shut up. Virgos ain't clever, bitch.
Bitch, everybody don't fuck with him because, like I said, it's somebody on the inside. It gotta be for them to know the flight information, for them to know the time and everything, bitch. It gotta be somebody on the inside. Like,
what's up, love?
Hey.
So, I just want to say this real quick. You know, I don't really fuck with the church or anything, but this shit is weird stuff. And people are not putting the puzzles and pieces together. They're not seeing that based off of Keith saying about that girl should have been sexually assaulted if she teased Cuddy. They were going to get him for that. And Brandon was in Ebony's live last night and said once they found out that he was getting released because he was arrested over a seatbelt and they fucking storyline content got watered down real quick, he said, oh, somebody just texted me and told me they sending videos in on Keith Jones for them to hold him for sexual assault. Okay? So and I work at the airport. You don't necessarily have to know a person's flight to know what flight they're on. All you got to know is that if they're traveling out that day, they can have police officers in that motherfucking airport waiting for you. They got a picture of you. Mind you, he was in jail last night. So they already had his picture. Okay? So they already knew who they were looking for when they went back in and made that report against him, supposedly sexually assaulting somebody. Understand what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if you find out this man is getting released off of a petty charge of a seatbelt, why then will you announce to the people, oh, somebody just texted me and said they could have sent in videos to hold him? This is a Keys production. I'm sorry. This is a Keys production. And if that man had sexually assaulted anybody, whether the witness came up forward to back up there to identify him or not, the fact that he's on parole, that he has a prior criminal history, they would have detained him and kept him in custody. Period. All of the shit that they did not work. Period. And Trina B.O. stuttering ass over there want to run with the narrative, looking stupid as a motherfucker.
Run with what narrative?
They let him go because he's under investigation. So let me tell you this. If that's the case, then why did they let Nature Boy go? Why did they take Nature Boy in there, swab his mouth, and let him go, and leave him under investigation?
Nature Boy still locked up.
Okay? And this is another thing. Peg leg, PTS, having ass motherfucking Brandon Key. If Nature Boy is innocent, so is Keith Jones. If he get on here talking about free guys, okay? then so is Keith Jones. He's innocent. Period. This is a Keys production, and they wanted a storyline content because they dried up as fuck. Ebony, you need to worry about that goddamn dirt stain on that silk ass couch, and you need to wonder why the fuck you think you need a passport to get to motherfucking Florida, bitch. I'm tired of you.
Ebony, if you think you need a passport from Texas to go to fucking Florida, you're a stupid, retarded ass bitch.
So do y'all think it's a Keys production or do y'all think it's an inside job? What's the tea? What's the tea? Is it a Keys production or is it an inside job? Do y'all think Keys is behind the inside job? Hello?
That's beautiful.
Hey.
You hit the nail on the head, baby, because by the time you said I was matching the damn thing that come up in the queue.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Beautiful.
So you think Keys is behind the inside job?
Yeah, I believe that somebody fucking with him. Damn, Brandon paid their ass to give information. Yeah, whoever, one of them motherfuckers fucking with him. It ain't playing in his motherfucking face. And it might be Shad G. I don't know.
Because Shad G and Brandon was cool at one point. No shade.
Right. And listen, and when Ebony went live last night, she kept saying her and Brandon, well, I just want to know is Shad G okay? Is Shad G cool? Why about if he okay? So he fucked with damn P. Why y'all worry about it? Shad G okay? But okay, y'all keep your eyes open. Y'all stay woke.
Thank you, baby. Hey, beauty.
Hi. Was there anybody different that goes to meet up like guy wise?
Oh no, it wasn't different guy wise, but it was different girls. They was in Dallas this time.
Okay, I've seen about 2 different girls, but like I said, the girl Red was.
It wasn't none of the main girls. It looked like this time they took the guy and then the guys went to fuck with new bitches.
Yeah.
It wasn't the Journeys and Ivies and all of that. They didn't do the meet and greet like the normal meet and greet.
I just it's the girl Red out of my head for some reason.
Who?
The girl Red, the one that got pulled over with them.
Okay. Yes, she probably up to something.
You knew, right? She's with Scalp in them family. Am I correct or am I wrong? I could be wrong.
You right, baby.
I think, like you said, I think it's both. It's side job and it's a Keys production. I think it's both.
She says she thinks it's the inside production and she thinks it's Keys. Welcome to the Real Tech Answer. I'm Nancy waking up one.
I would like to wake it up on this. So I heard everything you said, and I believe you hit it on that head. But I have this idea that China 504, Scalp, Putty, Chaser, I think all of them playing it with a couple other females from Dallas. Because remember, they were saying that, oh yeah, they didn't bring nobody on the trip. It's the girls from that area. And I don't understand why they don't think that the girls from that area don't watch Vigo and don't know Chaser and don't know that China 504 always has something up her sleeve and he will see that, you know? So I just think it's just crazy. You look good, darling. I love your lips. Oh my gosh, love you.
Thank you. Oh wow. So she said that. Welcome to Real Tech Air Show. That's what we're gonna one.
Hey, boo.
Hey boo.
Okay.
Period, Tristan.
So, do you remember came on being I don't remember who interviewed her, but you remember that's pregnant by Keith?
Yes, I
Just
remember.
putting it down and you two were arguing. Doesn't she live in Texas?
Do she live in Texas, y'all?
I think she do live in Texas.
Thank
Remember?
you. I didn't know where she lived at. I was gagged that another bitch was pregnant. I ain't even get into where she lived at. Oh, they said yes, she do live in Texas.
She lived in Texas, and I got to thinking. Remember now, he said a lot of awful stuff about that girl.
Yes,
so,
he did.
So maybe, and she probably be following him, and maybe she talked to somebody and they circle him up. Maybe she went down there and trying to get him closer. I don't know. That's just what the thought in my head a minute ago. Got to take him off.
Let's see. Okay, thank you, baby. My little messy butterflies is twirling in my motherfucking stomach.
Hey, Lo, I just want to come up here and say this real quick. Ain't no telling who's behind this. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you this. There is recordings of there. The fact that Sean Cash and Keith Jones had beef, and there's live recordings of him reading Keith Jones down, and the fact that Sean Cash was the one that had the burner, and Keith Jones went down for it. I think he's behind it too. But also, we have to keep in mind that all of those females in that circle are recycled. Brandon lost some, Keith lost some. They both flipped them. So ain't no telling where it's coming from. If I was Keith Jones, I'd stop doing these goddamn meetups. And if you're going to keep knocking on these females, just get a hotel like you did New. Take it to Holiday Inn and send the bitches back on the first thing smoking the next morning. Stop doing these meet and greets. You can't trust nobody around you. Because instead of Sean Cash being concerned about why this nigga's locked up behind him having a burner, this nigga was sitting in his Airbnb rolling a goddamn blunt. I'm trying to figure out how to get this nigga out, how to clear this shit up. And Keith even came back live and said they was looking for Sean Cash.
King B.
Okay? I'm talking.
Look, I gotta let you know.
I reclaim my time. I'm reclaiming my time. Okay? So like I was saying, okay, he needs to sit back and stop fucking with all these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers on the internet is not your friends. Period. And until he can find who the mole is, drop all them bitches and start doing a process elimination, bitch, and you'll find out which snake is around you. You'll find out.
That's true. Drop them like a bad habit, bitch. It's time for him to snatch all the bags again. Keep their friends. Hey, boo.
Hey, Lo, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Okay, so something else that happened yesterday that nobody is talking about. Sean Cash went live yesterday morning talking about how upset he was because one of the females in the house wanted to give him head and he didn't want to do it. And he kept going on and on, and he was upset with the guys too. And he was like, the girl like wanted him to do it in front of everybody. So he was making it seem like everybody was out front doing stuff to each other. And he didn't want to participate. And he was pissed. And he was sitting outside on live telling us all of this. And I'm sitting there like, well, damn, you just telling all your boys business like that? You just putting everything out there like that? What they done did? And he just kept saying the girl was begging me, and I don't want to, I'm not that type of dude. If I say no, and, people in the comments was saying stuff where, you gay, so you don't want to do what them other dudes doing because they already got a reputation. So finally, Pastor P came outside and talked to him for like a couple more seconds, and then he went back in and left Sean Cass to himself. And he said he really been chilling by himself the whole time in doubt because he didn't want to do what them other boys been doing.
So they was having a like a truth or dare thing, like they was getting head in front of each other.
I don't know. I guess they had a party like 21, a DTF party, and Sean Cash didn't want to participate, honey. But he made it very clear, and he was like, that girl was begging him to do stuff with him. Yep. And as soon as like he set the mood for the whole day while I was watching him, I was like, now watch these guys gonna have a bad day. He already set the mood.
Oh, so this was early in the day before everybody went to jail.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ooh,
That was a good time. All right, all I had to say.
Let's see if Keith answers, because I got questions. Like, why? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why Sean Cash didn't want to have no fun? It's a whole lot of snitching in that little inside circle. It's no shade. It's no shade, bitch. And these hoes gotta be watched. These hoes you gotta be more careful, bitch. You gotta be on your P's and motherfucking Q's, bitch. And your ones and your motherfucking twos, because them hoes the bitch. What? Okay, so let's hear the video. Have they been playing all the videos and everything today too, y'all? Because I want to hear some of the videos. Is they playing the videos and stuff too on here? Y'all done heard all the shit. Sean Cash is not to be trusted. Okay, so this is the video from Pastor being detained at the airport. I tried to line him. He not answering.
I've been getting paid $1,000 a month, if not more, just from this app on my phone. And I don't know if you can see them.
Welcome to another chapter of the movie on These Video Shades. We're gonna talk to the victim. Welcome to another chapter of the movie on These Video Shades. Wow, it looks like
he didn't answer.
Into a bit of a pickle while in Texas. Yes, Pastor was in Dallas, Texas for a meetup.
No, this is the one when he went to jail at the airport.
He went on live today to explain that he was at the airport in which he was detained yet again. This time for a more serious accusation. Let me know in the comments below if you think that it was China Red, the woman behind the mirror, pulling the puppet strings to get Pastor away as an attempt to execute the ultimate revenge. Or do you think China was too busy running from that service that she was supposed to be a part of yesterday? You guys subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. They took my pictures and shit. They never fingerprinted. Them motherfuckers apologized to me. Said,
is my TV too loud?
And told me, go ahead. I was in there laying down. He said, we'll be back to get you, or we'll be back to tell you you ain't going nowhere. Motherfuckers, Jones, get up, pack your stuff. You're going home. Like, the fuck? Damn. Little ass cell. I mean, a little ass cell. They gave me a bed, though. Yeah, they said the lady that did it got a warrant. She ain't come back. They told her to come back. I guess he said he was going to have her come back so she can say her story again. And they was going to, like, put me where she can identify me. I guess, like a lineup type shit.
She didn't come back. I sat in that bitch for like 2 more hours. They came and told me I could go. I'm telling them, like, bro, I ain't did none of this shit, man. I ain't do no sexual assault. I ain't do that shit. I said, it gotta be a way. They said they'll go wait. They was like, your story add up. You feel me? And it told me. Then they went through my phone looking for messages. Whoever it was had fake text messages. But my number wasn't the number that she had me saved under. So whatever she texted herself from her own phone, I don't know. But they like, this ain't even the phone number. I'm like, them all my phones right there. I only got 2 phones and an iPad. None of them was me. Them motherfuckers apologized to me, said, did my DNA thing, and told me, go ahead. I was in there laying down. He said, we'll be back to get you, or we'll be back to tell you you ain't going nowhere. Motherfuckers, Jones, get up, pack your stuff, you going home. Like, little ass sale. I mean, a little ass sale.
Did this shit just repeat?
They gave me a big. I'm glad, like, that it happened, though. I'm glad I got caught at the airport, because I'd have been at home with a whole fucking felony 2 warrant in Texas. Like, it's a felony 2. I'm like, the only thing bigger than a felony 2 is a murder, bro. Feel me? That's the F1. F1 is murder. F2 is the closest you can get to it. Like, hell no. I don't even commit them kind of crimes. Bad motherfucker. That's a bad. Like, you want to eat? I'm like, hell no, I don't want to eat. Well, you need prayer to work. You got to fast. Hell no, I don't want to eat. I eat when I go home. I thought I couldn't get home. They got some flights leaving. I'm trying to, like, get it for free. Like, be on standby for me missing it. But I'm going to the airport as soon as my ride get here. If I got to pay, then I'm just paying. I'm taking my ass home. I'm going home. But I tell you.
What they doing in the comments, y'all?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's what I want to know. I want to know the girl name that did it.
I'm still a cowboy. Still a cowboy, baby. Get the next flight, leave at like 6:45. I'm getting on it.
Hey, Laura.
Hey.
I just want to tell you, whoever name is Ha, they over there lying and passing saying that you drag him, so now he's talking about you. He ain't continue to talk about you. He just answered the question, whatever they was lying over there saying. But he said he'll get the girl name because he got somebody in his comments getting the video out on his phone.
Okay.
That's all I want to tell you.
Thank
all
you.
Right.
Like, they like, what's the charge? Your position yet? Working on it. What's taking so long?
Oh, baby, they got ads on their shit. They get monetized.
I thought you knew this place.
They get monetized off the content.
Assault. I'm like, what? Like sexual assault. I said, what is that? He said, it's a felony of the 2nd degree. I said, you got the wrong person. It's like, you'll have your chance to speak when we get down to the precinct. So I'm like, who is it against? He just keep telling me, like, who did I sexually assault though? Like, you feel me? Now I'm like, I gotta quit drinking. I don't know what the fuck I done did to somebody at this party. You hear me? Shit. I was telling the story. He was just sitting there. He was like, can I go through your phone? I'm like, hell yeah. He was like, do you mind? I'm like, no, you can go through whatever you want. Go through the whole phone. Like, because I don't know what you're talking about. So tell me what you were doing last night. And I tell him, and he asked me 7 minutes later, okay, so let's start at 2:30. I'm like, bro, I was locked up. Got out at 2:38. Like, I was in jail at 2:30. I said, matter of fact, y'all arrested me with my booking picture. They had the picture of me going to Grand Prairie jail when they was looking for me. That's the picture they had. I said, so that should tell you right there. They'll tell you what time I got released. Like, you go through my phone all you want. Ain't shit in there, like, you know. They took me out that little interrogation room, was bringing me back down, and they was telling each other, like, you could tell they knew, like, nah, that ain't it. Like, this ain't him. Like, he ain't. His energy.
If you're not following me, can you follow me? Thank you. I will be removing you from the live. At this point, I need all the followers I can get. If you're not following me, follow me. Thank you. Follow me. Thank you.
Player. Motherfuckers hang with. They be swearing to God somebody a snitch.
Thank
they
you.
hang with these motherfuckers that tell all day, on and off the app, real live police callers, and it's content. They getting that shit off. Motherfuckers really going over there kicking. What was that? What up, bro? Hey, you're in the Dallas urban area, right? Yeah, I'm at urban police. Brother gotta know where that come from, dog. Ain't nobody just going put no on nobody. They gotta be real live police callers. She told us not making sense. I said it came there. She said 2:30 to 3. I never went nowhere from 2:30 to 3. Yeah, I said, so if it did. And you was on live during that time, wasn't you? Yeah, but I told him if it come back that I ain't lying, can I get out? Like, get out? Like, we gonna let you go today. It ain't gonna be no charges pressed, nothing. We, like I said, we got a warrant, which means we have probable cause for your arrest. That don't mean you're guilty of nothing. After we hear both sides of the story, we determine if the DA has a case or they don't. But they was on the elevator taking me back down. They was talking to each other like this don't add up. Like they was basically telling me I was leaving. Wow. No, they ain't pressing no. That's crazy. No, it can't be asked because whoever did it came to the precinct and pressed charges. Like they came down here and talked to them. It wasn't a phone call. They came to the police station and did it. So somebody had somebody.
Hey, what's up?
Do that shit. Yeah, but they had to because I didn't sexually assault nobody. I didn't even lie him out. Right. Yeah. Bam. Right. You ain't no goddamn.
So they called the supervisor to come talk to me. And he told me he was the second person.
What the fuck is this that I done came in on?
Showed it. She showed done it. Yeah, Monty, man, this shit get real nasty tonight, man. I'm gonna make sure motherfuckers don't play this shit back, you nasty, filthy bitch. Your wife is a nasty. You need to put that bitch down, man. She ain't doing shit. Walking around the house smell like funky ass pussy, ass and musty ass titties, eating all the pussy in the neighborhood, nigga. That bitch is Mrs. Rogers of y'all neighborhood. She's licking all the yachts on the motherfucking block, bitch. That slut ain't worth shit, nigga. She brought bitches. You know what they say? They say hoes that had niggas. Why you waiting for people to press one? Bring motherfuckers in, you fat ass. You know how many motherfuckers pushing one right now, you dumb fuck?
All right, here's one, you dumbass nigga. I'm going to show you how stupid you are right now. 862.
What?
862. What about 862?
Well, let's go.
The classic roast beef.
862. What up?
Let me say it again. Let me say it.
Shut the fuck up.
I said, let's go. Oh my God.
Yo, yeah. What's up, yo? Yo, Vic, you heard me, and what? And Vic, I'm gonna ask you, was I spitting real shit or not? Let's make the spitting real or not.
Everybody's here tonight.
Lick the ball! It's lick the ball, yo! Lick the ball! Lick the motherfucking ball is on the line!
Now, Mike Mills, I want you to be honest. I did not call you on a private number. I did not call you on a private number because Victor Moan don't have.
Nigga, I don't memorize motherfucking numbers, motherfucker. Fuck LA's number in your number, nigga.
I'm glad you finally got to me because I've been on hold for a while, as you saw on your switchboard.
What did I tell you, Vic?
You long-winded too. But let us know.
A little bit. Hold
on, Vic. Vic, what does that tell you if you call Mike Mills Radio and you're on hold for a long time? What does it tell you?
I don't know. You know, I mean, I got mixed feelings, man. You know, I mean, you were talking to Chris, you know. I don't know. Bunch of things.
Yeah, I'm here, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna ask a dumbass question real quick. Okay, Vic. So when you call Mike Mills Radio, there's a good chance you're gonna be on hold for a long time. Ain't that right, Vic?
Mm-hmm. I can't. That's an interesting thing, man.
Vic,
how long have you been on hold
to get on Mike Mills Radio?
I don't have anybody on the airwaves. You know, I could talk my ass through a whole show, and that's just one phone call. So
but this is a radio show. I want people to interact. I don't need Chris. Hold on. Victor Moan, listen to me. I don't need Chris. I have dozens of people that want to be a part of my platform.
Let's do it. I mean, I ain't nothing.
You niggas are the losers.
Hold up. Listen, let's get to the chase, man. Let's make this good. This is the last show of the year. Hold up, y'all. Listen, hold up. You heard me. Hold up, listen, let's get straight to the chase, man. Hold up. Let's get straight to the chase. It's the last show of the day. Let's get straight to the chase. Did you hear what I said about you in LA? Yes or no? Okay, now what do you, okay. What do you think about what I said?
As far as like Chris coming to take my spot?
And LA condescending on a low key condescending you, joking you, and actually I pull out of your past that a lot of people in the chat room may not know that you guys were tight years ago on another man's show, right? Holding it down together. And what I'm saying, what LA is trying to do is trying to get.
Vic, I'll give you a show right now. Vic,
when he has a secret recorder, hold up, Vic. When he has a secret recorder and he intentionally secret records the green room of him joking you, like clowning you and laughing like, ha ha, come on, Vic, you already know. And I'm saying, quote unquote, how he dealing with you is what's wrong with brothers in the black community. Hold up, brother. You may not see it like that. Hold up, you may not see it like that, but I clearly can see. If you got any street smarts, you can clearly see what the fuck the chess move is. Bottom line, I don't care where you go. So what I'm saying is,
I mean, everybody wants to hear Victor Moan's response. You threw something out there, and I wanted to be able to answer it. So let me answer it for the airways.
Wait, before you answer,
my nigga. That is my nigga, but fuck that nigga. Does that make sense?
Fuck what nigga?
Fuck that nigga.
It's clear. Right.
You understand that, right?
Fuck what nigga? nigga, Vic.
I understood it.
It's obvious you have to. Because that's what he's saying to you. He's saying to you that on the low. Right.
Well, all folks understood exactly what I meant by that.
Exactly. It's clear he's trying to do it on the low. Victor Mo just said it out open. Let's stop. Okay. So he got it. Vic, you are welcome to Mike Miller's Radio. You're welcome to come to Mike Miller's Radio. Anytime you want, you get your own platform. All that shit. You let me know. You say the word.
Well, look, Victor Moan is working on Victor Moan Studios. I mean, it's getting so much promotion now, Mike. I didn't expect this shit. Victor Moan Studio is getting promoted, man.
Well, I'm telling you live on the air. I'm not behind the scenes. But hold up, Vic. I'm not behind the scenes like LA did to Chris, asking him. I'm telling you live on the motherfucking air. I'll give you your own motherfucking show any day you fucking want, how many days you want. You can have my fucking day.
Hey, Mike, my phone is dying. Yeah, look, my phone is dying, man. And I feel what I'm saying. I don't want to seem like I'm talking and next thing
you gave us what we wanted to hear. You can hang up right now. I don't give a fuck. You have been disrespected.
My phone is.
This nigga.
I wanted to commend him for his love of time.
I love it. We got it, Mike. We got it.
We got it. But Vic, hold up. But Vic, you welcome me, Vic.
You see that shit.
Vic, I would never disrespect you for Tommy. Ever. Fuck Tommy.
I got my special Oscar in the line. What's up?
What's happening, man? Oh my goodness, man. If you got an 862 number on the line, bring it on to Victor Moan and got on Mike Mills show and got one. I got to address this nigga.
We're gonna bring on 862 right now. Victor Moan. Victor Moan on the line.
What up, Joe, man? So check this out, Vic, yo. I was listening to the show and I heard you was like, fuck LA. I mean, like real time coming. Oh, see. I'm trying to keep it together, I swear. Hey, yo, Chris, let me talk to Chris for a minute, man. Hey, Chris. No. Yeah. So, Chris, hold on, Chris. Did you hear Victor Moan say fuck LA?
Yeah, for sure. I didn't know where that was coming from.
It's too early. Oh, man. Let me tell you something, Chris, and let me tell you something, Taylor. That is how you pimp a bitch. Y'all don't see this. The thing is that if you ever notice, people always, listen to me, if you ever notice, they always try to think that me and Vic ain't the smartest motherfuckers in the game. Like me and Vic don't shake up this motherfucking corner on YouTube. Now, everybody want to tell me to turn on Victor Moan. Everybody want to tell me to turn on Victor Moan, right? Now check this out. Me and Victor Moan for 2 years, Victor Moan been riding with me. What I tell you, Vic? I tell you, ride with me, Vic. We going there. What I tell you that, Vic? And I also told you that whenever me and Vic do a Google Hangout, that's what people don't understand. The biggest thing about me and Vic was not our show on TLS, was not our shows on Real Game Radio. We shook up the YouTube game with those Google fucking Hangouts. Oh, God. Now, what you need to understand, Chris, and I might be a little bit confused, but we basically conspired to fuck Mike Mills up tonight. That's what we called it. I knew what was going on all along. We planned that shit strategically. That's fucking that's who don't know about chess, my nigga. You feel me? Now, this is what's fulfilled about Real Game Radio. See, Vic understands that when I brought you in, I wasn't trying to shit on Vic when I brought you in. It's like when I brought in Jay Free. Do you understand that Jay Free and Vic just debated each other the other day on my show, the first comeback show? Now Jay Free is on Saturday. You understand what I'm saying? I got videos calling out Jay Free on my channel. Right, so now even Kingpin might be taking the slot as well. So then we have 5 co-hosts. We may be going 7 days a week. I may take 3 shows while the other people got the other 4. But what's killer about this shit is that we made Mike Mills break down. We tricked Mike Mills. The acting is beautiful. You know, so we about to be starting making movies. You understand what I'm saying? This nigga broke down and said, "Big Joe, to do my good, go get that show. Let's go right there." You don't get down the line. I'll touch your bitch. I'll touch your bitch. Oh God. So Chris, look how weak Mike Mills is, man. Who would be that goddamn girl to be so butthurt about you, Chris, that he get on the radio and tell Vic, I love you, I'll suck your dick. You can take my day, you can take my day. Oh, God. Yes, that was for the troll. That was for every single troll out there. All right? Understand. I'm still thinking about it. Understand. It strike twice. It'll strike 3 times. It'll strike 5 times. I swear. Out there. How many times have we pulled this off? Remember the first time we did it with TRS? Oh God! Nobody know, man. We have people food for 2 weeks long. I'm cooking Tyrone. I'm cooking. It's going down. And all along it was a fucking setup. These people so dumb. That was long, man. I couldn't even keep that in because I was still laughing. Just trying to keep them. I'm glad I hung up because I was been laughing. When that nigga said, "Oh man, you know, I work with anytime, and you know, I can have a show anytime I want." I was like, "Oh shit!" You know what, Chris? Let's clear all this shit up because you know what he said. Now, Vic, Devon, you already know. You know for a fact I offer every last nigga I'm cool with a show. That goes from Kevin Smith. That goes to Jimmy, that goes to motherfucking Ron Archer, and that goes to motherfucking Lee Groves as well. The only person that took me up on the offer was Vic and Chris. And now Jay Free. Damn. Because I'm not the type of nigga who just want all the shine to myself. No. I want everybody who got talent to come on this motherfucker and do their goddamn thing. Now, was it a strategic move to shit on Mike as well to get a great host at the same time? Yeah. It was a great business move. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, these niggas, they don't understand that Mike Mills was on the line, ragging on Chris for thinking he said anything remotely to someone like I might say, when he told him Mike Mills he was Duke, right? He got pissed. Oh, he talking about, hey, all night long, Mike was using my jokes. All night long. I heard something else. I heard Mike Mills begging Chris to come back to Mike Mills Radio. That's what I heard. I heard that all through the whole thing. When I called in there and he was like, you know, that's fucked up, Chris. You a bitch. You know what I'm saying? You left. And maybe now you go over there. And then I promise you, man. I know everybody on this line has seen fucking Wayne before, right? I gotta do a parody. I gotta find an instrument and do a parody to that. I'm once in a girl named Nikki and Nervous. That nigga was crazy. Do you want him? Do you want me? Because I want you. That was the greatest shit I ever heard in my life, my nigga. What's that? Look, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. You know, the funny thing about all of this is, you know, I mean, I look at, I don't know who that woman was that was talking to Chris. I see how she was going in on him and like, you know, she was like, oh, you was over there going in on us. I'm thinking to myself, the only thing I heard, I didn't, you know, I mean, they didn't quote anything that he said. It's like, if I'm going to speak against Chris, right, and I'm saying that he's speaking against my radio show or whatever, I'm going to bring up exactly what he said. I'm not going to just, you know, be mad because he decided to go to another radio station. You feel what I'm saying? Right. You know, it wasn't. Yeah.
Let me take this time, man, to you know, formally squash, you know, whatever misunderstanding.
Oh, man, look. Wait a minute. I want to tell you something, Chris. Look, as Mike Mills was telling you, nobody knew you, right? In the sense they too, because
Silent Jim, since you've been here, send me back to PayPal.
Probably about 4 or 5 videos on the Pro Black Chris. So if nobody knew you, if we wait a minute, if we counted up just how fast the people responded to you on Real Game Radio versus Mike Mills Radio, I think you made the right move. Look, I mean, I'm just saying, if you just look at responses, it's like you was on Mike Mills Radio all that time, man. Who responded to you? So it's like as soon as you get over here, you the same nigga. You feel what I'm saying? All of a sudden, people start responding to you outside of their server. They're telling you to come back into that goddamn wormhole of nothing.
Keep it real. Like, Vic, you knew why I stopped doing my show. You know what? And it's funny because let's do something. Let's make a bet. I bet any of these pussy ass niggas to bet me money because my show been up for 2 years. If you go back to my first fucking show, my show started in the middle of July of 2013, my nigga. That's not tax season. So the only thing they can do is try to make these fake ass niggas you broke shows. And if you think a nigga can't come over $40 is broke, that's weak as fuck. $40 ain't shit. My phone bill more than that. My rent more than that. My cable bill more than that. My Wi-Fi bill more than that. My motherfucking water bill more than that. What the fuck is these niggas talking about? I got a Benz. I have to put premium gas in my shit. Even when the price go down for y'all, it don't go down for me.
Right.
These broke ass niggas talking about this whole fake ass shit. Because every time they can't debate, they cannot debate me. They cannot roast me. They can be 5-on-1 out of story every fucking time. Mike Mills kicked me off the line tonight and then begged me to call back in. Suck my whole dick, nigga.
Look, that's a very good clip. They was talking about calling you into the show.
No, let's talk about hypocrites. Let's talk about hypocrites. He ragged on Chris for calling Tina Show and my show. He called Tina Show and my show every night.
Right.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Oh God! I know Mike Mills is feeling like a can of shit. Like, why
now,
would I
let's
say
think
that?
about it. Let's keep it real, Chris. You was over there for 3 months. You trying to tell me that, hey, I ain't trying to get you. I ain't even trying to get you against Mike. I'm just gonna try to ask you a question and tell me if it's true. If you can't tell me that 50% of his radio shows is always about me, I don't give a fuck. Y'all could be talking about motherfucking Obama, and then he'll come back to spoil niggas like LA that's fucking up the community. These niggas talking about me like I'm Saddam Hussein.
Yeah,
it's a lightweight. What you call that, mate? What's the sexual being. That's sexual being.
Well, I look at it even more like I look at it more like free promotion. Because in a sense, let's just think logically, right? Okay, like all facts says, let's put political sense on it. If you have a show, right, and people know about you and your show, and you get to talking about the other individual, you end up sending your audience to the other individual. Right? So
now, right, real quick, tell the truth. Now you seen the example last night's show, a real show, Chris. I do real shows. Whenever Mike gets done, he never does real shows. He baits people in with pro-black topics and get you over there to sweat my dick. That's what he do. He tell you, we gonna talk about this, we gonna talk about that, and when we get over there, it's the fucking LA show. That's what the fuck it is. And it's funny how people like, well, you guys need to come together, but that's what y'all watch every fucking video, and then y'all listen to every fucking VCR show. But then y'all want to be these critics and want to sit up and say, well, I'm more mature than you guys because you guys enjoy watching the silly shit.
Yeah, bro, man, come on, Lord.
And then y'all try to divide people up into groups like one person is more affiliated than the other. Because think about it, people give Tommy credibility like he's an actual intellectual when he do more silly shit than anybody. He go through people's Facebooks, he'll cook your kids, put pictures up of your daughter, talk about her weed, all kind of stupid ass shit he do. The nigga inbox my son and asked him to come on his show. He inboxed Tina and asked her to come on his show. He's a fucking snake, he's a fucking fake, he's a fucking fraud, he's an ass kiss. And he keeps trying to get me to sell out. You know how many times a nigga Tommy to reach out to me. I don't reach out to that pussy. It's fucking cool.
Yo, what up, YouTube? What up? I just got through talking to myself about the last 2 minutes. I thought I was live, but I wasn't live now. So it's smoking, because sometimes I like to sit back and be, hey, Ralph, hey, you asked for this, Ralph. You just came in here, what up, D's, nuts, Darren, man, what happening? Now, Ralph, you know you done asked for that now. You asked for that, and you know how Jimmy do? Mr. Jackson, I'm not giving you no rich. No, brother. What up, Hope? I'm feeling pretty good. What up, Miss London? I saw that. Oh shit! Hold up a second, man. Let me open another window on this YouTube thing. Yeah, but like I was saying, man. So I was watching videos. I was watching Jimmy cooking rap. I was watching some of this shit Jimmy been putting out. And I don't know why people out there be so fucking surprised that Jimmy do the shit he do. Y'all know how Jimmy do. So let's quit acting like you surprised and oh shit, Jimmy did this. I ain't gonna lie, Jimmy, he outdid himself as far as some of the most fucked up shit he done. It's gotta be some of Jimmy's most his best work. I gotta put his number one for right now. I can't think of another one that Jimmy topped. And you know Jimmy did some foul fucked up shit. But like I say, man, Ralph, you asked for that, he be pushing that, man. You know how people do, and that's what maybe get on what I'm talking about now. Because I wasn't even finna go live today. I've been watching my videos. I've been watching my videos on the new Spider-Man video game, and then fucking what other video game I've been looking at? Dragon Blade. I've been looking at all my video games. I've been watching little meditation videos. Man, Key Fat Man. I'm gonna call that bitch Gertha Kitt. Now, if anybody who know Gertha Kitt played Catwoman, but we know damn well that bitch ain't no Catwoman. So she, if anything, should be Fat Woman or Walrus Woman, not Wonder Woman, not Wonder Woman, but Walrus Woman or Fat Woman. If she gonna be a fucking superhero, so Gertha Kitt over this motherfucker. I will listen to John Kane video today. Because today I've been catching up on my fuckery. I've been, when I be in the car, I watch my fuckery videos because I be in there by myself and I ain't got to worry about myself. God damn. Yeah, fuck these niggas. What up, Triple D? In the house. So I watched the video. I watched a Jimmy video cooking on Ralph, cooking Gertha Kitt. And I watched John Kane cook Gertha Kitt fat ass. So what made me come up here? Gertha Kitt run this motherfucker. Okay then, thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. You thought I like big women? We finna unpack all that. I'm not a chubby chase, but it's some big women who can get this dick. And Key Fat Man, aka Gertha Kitt, aka Walrus Woman, aka Fat Woman is not one. What up, Miss Black? I'm gonna start reading this chat for a second. So this bitch, she is a fucking heifer. She a two-legged cow. Anyway, I'm watching the video. This bitch talking about the Joy had replayed when she was talking shit, right? This bitch, yeah, man, yeah, Jimmy be saying some fucked up shit, and yeah, she was going on Jimmy. The bitch said my name. People always want to say my fucking name. I wouldn't fuck with this fat, mustard, black ass bitch. And don't get me wrong, I love a black ass bitch. It ain't nothing better than a sexy black ass bitch. But ain't nothing worse than a fat, nasty, black ass, ashy, mustache bitch. You know that bitch between her motherfucking legs is chafed and black as fuck. I bet she got all kind of bumps between her motherfucking legs. I bet her fucking in between her legs callous like a son of a bitch. Nasty, fat ass, black ass bitch. And why the fuck is you over here talking shit when you married a jughead, long face ass white man? with a little ass fucking dick. Be happy with that white motherfucker. I done said it multiple times. You got white black women married to white men and they unhappy. They unhappy, bitch. And you unhappy because if that white man was fucking your fat ass right, you wouldn't be over here talking about me.
I'm listening to some old classic roast beef videos,
you would be over here fucking with Kirby Cuz, 5'5".
Well, the second
woman
person
shoulders,
is what's up.
woman hands, woman hips. But you married that stinking ass, dirty ass, dust ass white man. And you unhappy, bitch. You unhappy, so you over here talking your fucking shit. Shout out to Alyssa G. Let me post that fucking shit, because you know I'm racist. Stinking ass bitch. Yeah, Jim Deadman. He's a dead motherfucker. Yeah, that bitch Gertha Kitt. That's her fucking name. So the bitch running her motherfucking mouth, talking shit. And look, you live over in England. Now, I've never been to England, but I know people who have been to England, know people who live in England. I know people from England. They live right here. Y'all think Alabama this fucking, anyway, it's a lot of people in a lot of places right here in Alabama chilling. People from England. I've been told a bunch of times that England has disgusting food. The food is disgusting. Okay? That bitch ain't multiracial. Only thing she mixed with is dog and hoe. She mixed with dog and hoe. That's what she mixed with. Anyway, I heard that food in England is disgusting. So, if the food is so fucking terrible, why is you so fucking fat, bitch? Because you would think, I know I live in a place where food tastes like shit, I wouldn't eat it. I eat the bare minimum. So you live in a place with disgusting ass food, and you still fat as fuck, still nasty as fuck, black as fuck, musty as fuck, and you got that stinking ass white man laying on top of your fat ass. This nigga laying on top of you, look like he laying on top of a fucking beach ball. You already know it's hard to fuck a fat bitch. You need extra dick to fuck a fat bitch. I done fuck fat bitches and bitch bend over trying. I want it from the back. I say, bitch, I don't have a horse dick. I don't have a horse's dick. I can't. No, my bad. I don't have an elephant dick. I might have a horse dick, but I don't have an elephant dick. I can't reach around all that ass and stomach and fuck you from the back. A lot of fat bitch you barely can fuck her from the fucking front. So she married a little dick ass white man, so you know his dick is barely penetrating. It's like two motherfuckers rubbing cliffs. Hold a second, Triple D. Let me talk first, because sometimes I drop the link, I get thrown off. I got some more stuff I need to say. Alyssa G look like a fucking woman, and Alyssa G don't be saying all kind of shit. Ashley T, when I see that Ashley T, I think Ashley Tranny. Yeah, I bet that. Yeah, you know what pussy stink. That bitch can spray all kind of shit in her pussy, and her pussy still smell like fish. It's like fish mixed with whatever she's spraying. If she motherfucker spray blueberry in her pussy, it smell like blueberry fish. And that white man, I know he disgusted. I heard he left her ass. So I was listening to Rose. Miss London said the bitch had a gastric bag and she popped that motherfucker. How the fuck you pop a gastric bag, bitch? How the fuck you do that? Stinking fat ass bitch. That's why you stuck over there. You really want to come home, don't you, bitch? You can't come home. You know why? Because don't nobody want to let you on a fucking airplane, bitch, because you so fucking fat. You cause that bitch to crash. The same way a Leo plane crashed. If the plane was overweighted, you get on that plane crashing. That plane gonna take off and fall down immediately for your fat ass. And then if you do find somebody who gonna let you fly on the airplane, exactly, who is this? Exactly. She ain't shit, but I had to address this fucking hoe. Because I heard her talking shit. And this is picking on me. Exactly. You see that? Who is this? She ain't no fucking about. She's a fat ass fucking bitch. A big sloppy body, stinking mustache hoe. Okay. Exactly. Well, now that if you do find somebody who will let her fly on the plane, they're gonna charge your ass per pound. The bitch weigh like 650 pounds, and she got to pay per pound. She can't afford a plane ticket. Shit. It costs her to fly about as much as it costs to buy a plane. And then the plane insurance company, they're not gonna let her fly. The insurance won't let her won't fly. The week I've been chilling all week. It's been decent. Exactly. Who is this? See this Gertha kid? She don't need a C-130. She need a Galaxy. Go look up a Galaxy plane. That's the biggest plane the Air Force got. Them planes carry buses, tanks, other planes. She need to get on a fucking Galaxy. And he got to strap her fat ass down. Nasty fat ass bitch talking shit. Well, the plane will be creaking and leaning. The plane gonna fall. They need to put her on a boat. But her fat ass don't want to ride the boat. You know why? Because they gonna ride her food. The boat got plenty of food, but they gonna ride her food. She eat the whole fucking boat up. But like I was saying, bitch, stay your stinking ass over there. We don't want you back over here, you bitch. Yeah, Galaxy is a huge plane. She need to get on a Galaxy, and they got to strap her fat ass down. She lost 150 pounds, and she still weighs 600 pounds. So that be weighing 750 pounds. Laying in bed, frying chicken. She didn't roast me, but the bitch just spoke on me. See, Rose do what a lot of motherfuckers do, just like Miss motherfucking like Madam Drip ass like to do. She'll just speak on shit, but she ain't got no fucking business. And then look, everybody got a right to a fucking opinion. Everybody got a right to a fucking opinion. And guess what? Sometimes I say, everybody got a right to their opinion, but sometimes like fuck it, I'm gonna give my opinion. And speaking of opinions, and I ain't got no beef with this brother, but I'm finna goddamn push back on it. It's on the same program. People.
Bobby Shmurda said to DJ Academics the other day.
I'm not freaky enough.
And I'm like, have you listened to her tracks? You got your song. See, she's not.
Bobby Shmurda, shut your ass.
I'm nasty, like freaky girl, and I'm down, let me alone. Freaky girl, hold on. She a freak. She different type of freak. She's sweet. I thought she's sweet.
I saw it. I was like, Bobby, you look like the niggas who are just all talk. Like, you one of those. And let me tell you, because Bobby is a fan of me, and I love Bobby because, he's outspoken, funny. He doesn't care about people. Like, I love his attitude. So it's not even like we beef nor anything.
Yeah.
But
he did say he was joking, by the way, after.
Yeah, Bobby, I gotta give. I'm not joking. You do look like the nigga who's just all talk.
Bobby Shmurda said to DJ.
Bro, don't take them big ass sunglasses off, bitch. Big ass goggle glasses in the building. Take the glasses off.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love P Valley, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like the video, leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Today we're gonna be talking about P Valley Season 2, and we're gonna be talking about Episode 5. This is the What to Expect video. for episode 5. It is based off the trailer that they put out. The title of the episode is called White Nights. The description of the episode reads, sit down and get ready to learn the history of Mississippi. So that lets us know what this episode is going to be all about. Based off this trailer, we already know we're about to get a Miss Mississippi episode. Now, this is just my prediction based off the trailer and the description. What do you guys think about this? And also, make sure you checked out my episode 4 recap. Episode 4 was flat out crazy, so check it out if you have not watched it yet. Also, if you're a fan of The Chi, check out The Chi Season 5, Episode 1 recap as well. They started off the season great, in my opinion. The OG return quitting, so I can't wait to see what's next on that as well. Now, continue to follow the playlist. Continue to keep yourself updated on all the latest P-Valley Season 2 news, and I will continue to give you guys these videos. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about Episode 5. What can we expect? What did we see in this trailer? I'm going to try my best to focus on all the key points. Now, if I miss anything, you guys let me know down below on what you think may just happen. Now, in the trailer, we can see Little Murder, and it's looking like he is looking at Miss Mississippi, and she's doing her thing. I believe you're going to see the end, or close to getting to that end of the Dirty Dozens tour, and we know it's probably going to be a second half. At least that's what Ron was talking about. We're going to talk about that in this video as well. But I believe in this episode, we're going to see flashbacks possibly, and of course, things that's going on in present day with Miss Mississippi, right? Based off that description, it pretty much is letting us know that we're going to get that history lesson. So if you want to give us a history lesson, I'm expecting to see some past events, and at the same time see certain things that's going on in present day. Well, in P-Valley, I guess 2020 will be present day for them in season 2. But yes, Little Murder will be looking at her, just seeing that, man, she is the star for real. She is the selling point of this whole tour. Now, Rome, he is going to be controlling. A lot of you guys was talking about this in last week's episode, and based off this trailer, this dude is on one. Your girl Keyshawn, she leaves one abusive relationship with Derek. She goes on tour, and it seems like Rome is going to pick up the slack, right? Rome is moving like a pin. This is what you guys was talking about in the episode 4 recap, that y'all believe this dude is trying to control everything that she does. He watches her every move, and he is very controlling. You can just see it. She is telling him, like, look, I got to go home. He telling her, like, look, tomorrow we about to start another 2-week tour. I believe that's what he said. Like, don't you understand she has kids at home? Like, are you crazy? She has to go back home. You know what I'm saying? So this dude is very controlling. He is telling her, what you gonna do is get this money. That sounds like a pimp to me, y'all. That sounds like a pimp to me. So this dude, he's definitely think he's controlling the board, and he's controlling Keyshawn. But we gonna see what she gonna do. We're gonna see how Miss Mississippi's gonna move as far as dealing with Rome. At the same time, we know she will go back home, and we know Derek is gonna be very, very pissed off. I'm expecting this episode to be very emotional for Keyshawn. It's gonna be a lot of trauma. If we're gonna get the history of her character, especially when it comes to Derek and the things that she's been through, I'm expecting to see a lot of emotional trauma from this whole storyline that's about to happen. And Derek's running his mouth. He's talking about he's been taking care of the kids. She's been gone for 2 weeks. Of course, we can hear Keyshawn telling him, well, she's been working, getting this money, taking care of you, taking care of the family. So they both do have points. You know what I'm saying? She has been taking care of the bills, the family. Derek, who can't get a job, and that's something that she's gonna have to deal with when she gets back home, because y'all know Derek is going to be on one. He's gonna have questions. He's gonna want to know what the hell was going on, all the stuff that he saw on social media. You already know he's gonna ask her about it. But we know Keyshawn will be feeling herself. This is what she does. She loves that attention. She loves that fame. She loves getting this money. At the same time, she don't feel like being controlled by no Derek, and she damn sure don't feel like being controlled by a pimp named Rome. We ain't talking about Jerome from Martin. We talking about Rome from P-Valley. This dude moving like a pimp. This is what y'all saying, man. And did y'all notice, and this is what we're going to talk about in this video, did y'all notice Wody in this trailer? I put it in the thumbnail. Is a major death coming? Is death just coming in general? Well, I'm pretty sure we all can agree that death is coming. The whole season has been hitting at death. In the trailer, we can see You can see Wody, he's winking, right? So we know what he's doing. He is playing that game, killer. Now, let's just be honest.
Top YouTubers are making so much money. But did you know that growing a community and sharing your content on YouTube means that you could be making over $5,000 a month? Well, if you're like me and all of this is what you love to do,
20 years before it actually happened, I used to come through Richmond all the time. Never would stop. I had my aunt used to teach in D.C. She taught in D.C. up until about 3 years ago. She taught in D.C. for down there 30 years. We used to go back and forth to D.C. and I always would come through and never would stop. But one time I was, I think it was I was getting ready to go to college years ago. I think I was getting ready to be a freshman at Benedict College. And I had a cousin that was getting married up in D.C. And my brothers had rolled up, but I had something I had to do, and I couldn't go with them until a day later. So I caught the bus up, and the bus stopped in Richmond. I don't know what it was, but got off the bus, and it was almost Richmond. The bus station was almost like they had a disco up there. I mean, there was people and everything. I always remember that. I always remember that thing. I went to D.C. and I stopped up at Richmond at the bus station. It was almost like a party. People, and I was like, but it was just people getting on buses. But something was going on. I understand what's happening spiritually. It wasn't until I came here, Sister C brought me down back in summer 2004 and had a real spiritual experience. And then they come to find out that, a great deal of slave history here, Civil War history, and all of that is here. And Sister Lakshmi was telling me that the Civil War soldiers actually won the battle here. They fought and won and freed Richmond. And she was going through all this history. So it means that the stop in the bus station about 26, 27 years ago was actually a prelude to something that I was going to have to do. Certain people I was going to meet at a certain time years later. That's how you find out how things are. And in so many words, we got to stop thinking of these things as lectures. These things are actually gathering, because to be honest with you, it's not some type of seminar to help our people. Because the masses don't know nothing about this thing. The masses are almost like animals. You see what I'm saying? This is a gathering for the divine beings amongst our people that will be instrumental in our people. So in so many words, we get disenfranchised and we see black people and the foolishness going on. You know what I'm saying? Because, even talking junk about the white man don't hold no water no more. You know what I'm saying? It don't hold no water. It's almost like, say, if you feel like a hypocrite, after about 10 years years talking about the society and the white man and all this. You feel like a hypocrite, but the simple fact is the only person dying is us by other people. And they killed 114 black men that died in Philadelphia since January. And they said, and the state of New Jersey said, if you all don't stop the killing, you're going to have almost a passport to get into New Jersey. They're talking about papers. You're going to have papers to get into New Jersey. They said they're giving them a month for the killing to stop. And my point here is, and we know there might be some stuff that's government induced, but the majority of this is they wouldn't be able to do something if we didn't have black self-hatred. You understand what I'm saying? So they only feed off of a pathology that we have in us. So a lot of times the whole concept of the white boy, they don't hold no water no more. The key I'm trying to make here too, I'm not coming here to be
I don't give a fuck about no nature boy. Fuck nature boy. That nigga's a narcissist. Fuck that bitch ass nigga. This pussy ass nigga come up here talking about nature boy. Fuck that faggot. This is the same nigga that let a white man play with his booty hole. Fuck out of here.
It is never the masses, it's only the nucleus. And so in so many words, the people in here tonight is representative of so many thousands of people, millions of people. So let's say in your life, you might know a couple of thousand people that you met, or a couple of hundred. So those particular people know a couple of hundred and a couple hundred, and it's almost like a well. It's the same as the same worldwide well. But we're talking about a well of consciousness. So the masses don't have to transform. The only people that have to transform is the representative of the masses. It's the same concept, beautiful concept that black people started doing for economic reasons. When a person dies out west and they don't want to send the whole family to the funeral, they'll send one person as a representative for people on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So it's the same concept here of the gathering of the round table. But that's more science. That whole Knights of the Round Table mythology and the Grail, people want to study real more science. You need to study the Holy Grail and the Knights of the Round Table because they didn't have that history until the Moors came up for 700 years and gave them that history. And later on, Britain turned it into Camelot being Britain. But Camelot was supposed to be America. And that's what the whole movie Highlander, the first one, 1985, the gathering would be in America, in a land that's not even established yet. So at that particular time, they were talking about the time of Moorish Spain, they was talking about a future America and a land that won't even be established yet.
Fuck that faggot ass
nigga. See what I'm saying? And talk to the Grail Myth, and there's an excellent Moorish movie. It put out, I think, in the fall of 2004. It's called Earthsea. Got Danny Glover in it. So what they'll do is they'll put one black man in the movie. He represents the Moor. And this initiate has to go to a school. And the school might have all these white folks, but they are representative of the Moors. They actually put a movie out about the Moors in Europe. Because the northern of Spain, they rule all over. All these things like Turkey, anytime you hear the word the Sultans and all these new words they have, all that is nothing but Moors. See what I'm saying? They got a whole book of this guy named Stephen Flowers, a book on ancient Turkish magic. And they're talking about magical text that was left behind in Turkey when the Moors moved. It's ancient Sufi magic. Because the Turks and all this, the whole Sufi and the whole, all that stuff, Sufi means woolly haired one. The Moor. Get the book of, what's the guy named? Ernest Scott, People of the Secret. He breaks it down, and they'll use words like the Arabs from Spain, other than saying the word Moor. You see what I'm saying? So in so many words, there is this movie called Earthsea, and in so many words, it's about the Moors in Spain. And it came out, it came out in the fall of 2004. Also, let me show you how the game is done when they want to revise history and they want to give a history to their people. a council came together. They wanted to do something on the history of initiates going into learning and magic and higher spiritual laws. They'll come together as a consortium, write this particular history. They'll give it to one author. And you thinking that this, and they said, well, write it in the novel. And you thinking that it's this is the imagination of this one person. And when it is the actual panel, and that's the way they can hide behind. See, in way to hide history, you make it historical and you make it pseudo-history. The pseudo-history is the real history. Yes, they will put it in comic books, put it in movies. This is the way they do things to keep you out. So whenever you come in and you're trying to make the case of history or make the case of something that you learned and you got it off of TV, they can go and say, oh, that's TV. But that's exactly what they do. They have annals of history. They put it in the comic books. And it was interesting. I was doing a lecture in Harlem in '99. And I was telling them, I said, you all need to be going to the comic book store. They got one called Forbidden Planet in New York. And I said, which is right beside the Strand bookstore. I said, you need to visit both. So somebody in the audience laughed. And I said, well, it's interesting here. And I had a piece of paper out of a comic book talking about Leonard Jeffries and the Afrocentric movement in a comic book. You see what I'm saying? In a comic book. And that's why you got to go back and get the movie Unbreakable with Samuel L. Jackson and Bruce Willis. And Samuel L. Jackson said, I know that anything you want to know about life, you can find in these comic books. Actually, they reversed the role. Samuel L. Jackson was the one Unbreakable in the movie, and they reversed the role, and Bruce Willis was the breakable one, but they made Bruce, it's the hero, Hollywood, they made Bruce Willis the one that was unbreakable. But if you look real close, when he first goes to see Samuel L. Jackson, Samuel L. Jackson is standing behind or sitting behind an Egyptian stela. And about like this stela that we're going to get into today, this is a stela I'm calling a Khonshu. He's standing behind an Egyptian stela. And he's turning his head, this big stela behind him. I'm like, Hollywood don't just put this, is not the product placement. This is nothing random. This was a comic book store. Why is there an Egyptian stela behind Samuel L. Jackson? He was trying to say, this is the Pharaoh. You see? So everything is everything. You got to understand that now. And I'm going ahead of myself. I just want to give you that. This is very important what we're going to talk about today when it comes to the bloodline. This is the goddess Sekra. I'm going ahead of myself. But the key here is they will come together as a consortium to present history, to teach it to their children. They're talking about the power elite. Because it's another thing too. You have to be accurate about these things. It's not all white folks that's conspiring against you. We know after 9/11, they're just as dumb as we are. And they going along with the lunacy too. And this thing ain't even about no race no more. It's about a global elite. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of things I'm noticing now, even with the concept of race, it keeps us on an emotional level. And we can't think beyond that emotional level because we so programmed now to think about race. You know what I'm saying? I understand there was a certain amount of consciousness and we had to retrace our steps being a historical dead people, and we had to present a bunch of stuff about oppression. You understand what I'm saying? But my point here is it can't be the basis of your learning. What about you now? You're not oppressed in a particular aspect because once your eyes is open, that means you back in the mystery school. So it has to go beyond your emotional thing of the trauma that we had in slavery. Because what happens is it blocks us from future learning. We can't connect the dots. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about in a few minutes. About connecting the dots. Because we'll throw certain things out because we think it's European and it's white because we got this trauma. And as a result, we threw out pieces of history and pieces of a connection that connects the dots. You see what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I can say now, based on studying this stuff over and over, slavery was supposed to happen we were supposed to end up in the West, and the white boy was supposed to be a part of our situation. If you look at this thing on a bigger level or a cosmic level, you understand what I'm saying? Other than a national level and an emotional level, I understand the aspect of culture. I talked on it for the last 14 years. But there's a bigger part that we get blocked because of the simple fact we still stuck in a continental paradigm of Africa, a cultural paradigm of our community, and all the atrocities that's happening to us on a certain level. And there's something going on a whole other level we're not missing because we can't break that box. You understand what I'm saying? We've already done that. We've already discussed the oppressed side of things. You understand what I'm saying? We did a tape yesterday on the update of the attack on melanin people, which you should also get when these tapes come out. We did a whole thing on that particular part. And don't let nobody fool you. There's still a war going on, and we understand that. But we're talking about the priest now. You are a priest. When I say priest, I ain't talking about no preacher. I'm talking about high priests or scientists. Same thing. Scientists, the musician, and any other thing that we call in Western education these different degrees they have. That was equivalent to an Egyptian priest and 8 times more. Or you see, or ancient priests. But the point about it, we got to get out of this continental paradigm of just Africa. You understand what I'm saying? And our relationship based on our personal history to understand whenever you can go to, give you an example of what I'm talking about. Whenever you see a picture like this of a Buddha from Cambodia, the gig is up. And this was a black man looking like Chris Rock. The gig is up. That means that your life is no more personal of a person in Richmond, Virginia is getting your head kicked in by some police officer. You have a global responsibility to have a global perspective because your people are all over the globe. Mm-hmm. See what I'm saying? All over the globe. Remember when Oprah said he was in Tahiti? Mm-hmm. There was a man there. He said, man, you look just like Professor John Henry Clark. And then Professor John Henry Clark. You know, brother, you look like this. So the point I'm trying to make is we got to expand our consciousness, you see, off of the personal level, because we don't hold no water. You know what I'm saying? All you can do is just get mad, and the only thing it's going to do is run your blood pressure up. You understand? It's not as if that anybody who's ever low pressure is going to stop in their tracks and go, oh man, I need to go and apologize to that person because he don't feel right about this. You understand what I'm saying? Going back, I say that because I'm setting up because there's a lot of things we have to get into. But going back to what I'm saying here is they will take a consortium of people to explain a certain amount of history. The history, once they get it completed, they say, we want to teach our children about the history of the Moors in Spain. So what they're doing is they'll come in and hire a writer. And they say, now we're going to give this particular information, how we want it done. You want to write this information and put your name on the book as the author. And that's what happened with the J. Rollins person that did the Harry Potter series. The Harry Potter series was a stuff of the Europeans getting taught in Europe by the Moors, who brought all this particular stuff, this ancient text and stuff out of Kemet and from around the world for 700 years. Now, if people get in a place for 700 years, you know it's got to have a lot of history. You know what I'm saying? America is only 230 years this year. You see what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to make here is 700 years of a lot of history. You know? Now this is one of the keys. So the Harry Potter series, which they did for young people, but just about all the adults saw it. They said we're going to do a step up, and they got this movie called Earthsea. And that's a movie you can get it right at Blockbuster now. I saw it in Walmart. It came out about 2 years ago now. Earthsea. It's got Danny Glover in it. And it's the history of the Moors. C. S-E-A. Earthsea. You see. And so there's things that's coming out, but You can't look at the appearance. You see what I'm saying? You can't look at the appearance. They tell stories all the time. They got a story basically about the black man's plight, your fall, and how your psychological condition. And they put it out about 4 years ago, and it's called Good Boy. It's a child movie about a dog that came back from the star Sirius. You see Sirius in the Book of the Dead, and Sirius is in there. Even the Holy Quran has a Sirius. And he came back and was coming back to visit some people that was down. And when he got here, he said, "You all supposed to be rooting. Why are you all pets, i.e. servants?" And he said, "You're supposed to be rooting." He said, I'm coming here to see the condition of you, because the greater Dane, which is the great mother, so when she came, she was a female great Dane. The greater Dane is trying to see, because we rule the whole galaxies in the universe, and we're trying to see what level of you all are. But you all, come to find out, you all used to rule, and now you pets. It's all about dogs, but you understand, they're talking about black people. He said, they said, well, the other dog said, they said, we heard a little bit of stories about our parents being from Sirius, but we don't know about it. We forgot it. Somehow we don't know about it. And he said, well, I'm gonna raise y'all up back to root. And he put them in meditation, and they could barely sit still because they pets. They trained a certain way. And then one of the children rolled a ball through the yard, and they saw that ball, and it was over. They broke meditation and ran after that ball. Just like us when it comes to them balls, baseball, basketball, and football. You see? And it's interesting. Go get that Superman 1, 1978. When Glenn Ford is telling Christopher Reeve, he said, "You special, and I don't know what it is, but it ain't about running no touchdowns." See what I'm saying? Not running touchdowns, because he had just come there. You see what I'm saying? In the Superman 1, they get ready to do another Superman. I'm interested to see how that, I think it's coming out this summer. I'm interested to see how that is. But there's so many words, because I don't want to sound preachy, but I'm just trying to show you where the research is going. The research is everywhere, and it's under every rock. You see? So to piggyback off this movie, Good Boy, the greater Dane did come back, and they took the dogs up to chastise them or try to make them, change them back into higher beings or gods or whatever. And they declared, they said, well, she sent them back to Earth and say, "You all are such niggas until we just gonna declare y'all a new species." But there's something metaphysical in that also, and something spiritual in that also. But that is a part of our journey to the West. Our journey to the West is we will become not only new beings psychologically and physically, but we will also become new beings genetically. And that's where we're going to go with this thing today. New beings genetically. You see. It's so far beyond our personal level. Things are happening until we still think, but don't worry about it. We just will. I got something I'm going to be sure. We got this one for sale. We got half these are the ones on the wall. Them are $5. But we got cat pictures, and I'm doing more and more research, and I'm going to go into that today. We have several pictures. And it's getting bigger and bigger because I'm doing more research. But when I was in Cleveland, one sister said, "Well, why you want to sell me a Xerox picture for $5?" I said, "Well, I paid $100 for the picture. So I figured at least you could get it for $5." I said, "That's the trade-off. This is not stuff that I'm getting out of Vibe magazine or Essence or Ebony. I paid $100 for the book, and then got the stuff to retrieve this stuff for us because it's research and it has energy to it. We'll go into that particular aspect. But we are new people. That's the thing about it, and to be celebrated. Just when we think, when we look, and interested, I was downtown. I think this was back in '96 or '97. I was standing downtown Atlanta, looking at them Negroes acting a damn fool. They come downtown, they got the water station, which is our transit, and they got the main transit station right across the street from the underground, and them Negroes get down there and act a damn fool. And I was out there going, look at me, and it was a brother, he was a Muslim brother, and obviously his brother, he was a vendor. And he's seen it all. He was like, yeah, somebody just came through with green weed a few minutes ago. So he looked at me, and he must have was picking up my vibe. I was like, look at damn fools out here acting a fool. And the brother looked at me, and I was thinking this, and he said, brother, I know where you're coming. In order to get some peace, you're going to have to go inside. And I didn't say a word, but he picked up on the vibes and he channeled. He said, you're going to have to go inside. And I said, I'm already with you, brother. Because outside of this thing is insanity. Mm-hmm. It's not just the underclass, it's the niggas on your job. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about people with PhDs, master's degrees, and you go, I can't believe this Negro just did this. It might just be something they said, and you say, man, this is so irrational. You see, because we don't want to exclude the upper mobile from this insanity. This black pathology and this insanity. It's all around us. You see what I'm saying? It's all around us. And white folks got it too. It's the same thing. They just hide behind policy. It's policy. I'm like, man, come on, man, you just got to use your brains, man. Come on, man. No, it's policy. I ain't got to explain nothing. It's policy. Oh, so you hide behind policy. You see what I'm saying? So that's that institutionalized racism and stuff. You see what I'm saying? They always want to come up looking good. Just like they say about the French. Can say shit and it's going to look good. It's going to sound good. You see what I'm saying? They make mistakes every day in the corporate world. Lose millions of dollars. You see what I'm saying? But they have got the immunity built up as far as the amount of money they got that they know what the heck. Just a bad hour for us. But us, you go in the black community, we make the same mistakes. You go, this is a nigga business. Hate nigga business. And you don't understand that the same nigga business is happening in the white community, but they got so much money. When I was at Benedict College, because it was interesting, he went to the University of South Carolina. And he was there around the same time I was at Benedict, and I just met him in 2003, 2004. But he was there, and how things hook up in Appleton. I mean, it's about a 20-minute walk from Benedict to University of South Carolina. And as a matter of fact, we used to party. And as a matter of fact, I remember some of the parties when we talked about it. I was at the parties when he was at the parties. You see what I'm saying? Dr. Knight. And but if they knock the sink off the wall at Benedict, it might be, I think there was a sink knocked off the wall at Benedict from 1970. And when I got there in 1980, it was still off the wall. But at the University of South Carolina, they knocked them, and them white folks I know. You want to see some pathology? When they get drunk, it's on. Don't think we niggas, we don't have it. When them white boys get drunk, it's on. And I asked one white guy, I said, well, you used to work at Peaches Records, which is near University of South. I said, why did you come to University of South Carolina? He said, great party school. Because I know we used to go and party there. And when they get drunk, they knock us off the take off the wall. You see what I'm saying? Break out a window, it's going to be replaced Monday morning. You understand what I'm saying? So don't think that the law, what we call black pathology, is only Murphy's Law. It can't go wrong, it will. And it does go wrong for white folks too, but they just got enough money. You understand what I'm saying? To cover it so they always look good. You know, you said we work at TV, they be fucking up all the time. All the time. You used to work, you know, they got dead hair, they got all kinds of things and stuff, you know, but it's just like the movie, what's the movie? Wag the Dog. He said, piece of cake. This is nothing. He said, piece of cake. We can fix this. I can fix that. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I don't know where I was going, but yes, that's the spirit coming in. But the point about it here is, I was looking at that pathology, and I'm like, out there on the street, and the guy said, you got to go inside. So many words right now. I think that we are being short-circuited because we are so disenfranchised about the ignorance that we see every day. But guess what? Black people are created with their ignorance. If they say something that's unbelievable this week, somebody gonna top it the next week, and it's forever going on forever and ever. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna top it. So you gotta understand the science on that and understand what we're dealing with right now is these are not, you come into lectures for motivational speaking. It's no less fun. You are actually convening on your own. It's like a conference, it's like a gathering because you are the people that's already up to speed. You are the priest. And in this particular case, you are the gods, but that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about the DNA. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to pour libation so we can do this thing. I'm going to do a little short libation to a few entities. And it's very key now, but one thing is key. And this is the main thing. If you tap into this, all your troubles will be free. If you can, because I do know there's a movie called Renegade. It's a movie, it was where the Matrix was supposed to go. In the third movie dropped the ball. The hero or the hero or the Christ don't supposed to die. You see what I'm saying? This Christ is supposed to illuminate the people. Because the Christ is only a representative of the people's soul. All of them go to another level, but they dropped the ball on this. They killed this woman. You know what I'm saying? He died and all this kind of stuff here. And it goes to show that they said that maybe the black girl did like the first movie because they didn't know what to do by the time they got to the third one. You see what I'm saying? Just add more karate, more kung fu. Add more. The third movie, the war scene lasted damn near 20 minutes. I said, we get it. We get it. Where's the philosophy? What do I learn from this? They dropped the ball. There's a movie called Renegade. All-star cast. Ernest Borg, man, they got this old person to come out and get in the movie. Yana Hunt Sue, bunch of people. That girl Juliette Lewis, and they got, I think, some British actor. Every time the British come, that's the superior part. You get Star Wars and see who the British was, that's the superior part. But anyway, the movie is about a battle between one guy, a young guy, and this other guy that's his nemesis, like the Horus and Set, Osiris and Set. You see what I'm saying? Always the foe. But in order to fight their problems out of the good versus evil, the Native Americans say, we need to go to another dimension to make it possible for you all to start out, because the physical in this particular round is too much turmoil. So they gave them some kind of smoke, peyote mushroom, or whatever it was they gave them. They started seeing snakes, and the next thing they was in another world. And they sorted the thing out. And the hero, after he came out of what he was supposed to come out of, he had to go, after he was superior, and he came out of what he had to come out of, he had to go back into the womb of the woman. So Juliette Lewis jumped in the water and opened up her leg, and he swam towards her, never to get in the movie. Saying that in so many words, it has to go back to, there's a whole realm, I talk about it in the Moorish science. There's a realm in the Graham mythology of something called the Mabinogion. And Mabinogion is this realm ruled by the goddesses and the priestess. And no man can get in there, not unless he sheds the severe form of the ego and the severe form of whatever, what the embodiment of which makes us trapped down here in this physical based on the maleness. He has to become more like woman. It's not necessarily in the sexual aspect, or it is in the particular aspect of, and this is one that the woman has to also, he has to become less judgmental. One of the keys, that's one of the things that's stopping, we're talking DNA. And one of the things that's stopping the DNA is judgmental, and you got to become more like a child. Last time you was happy, it didn't take a lot of money to make you happy. It just took whatever situation in the environment you was in. You see what I'm saying? It took less things to make you happy. In so many words, there's this realm of the goddess. And you have to go to that particular realm. And when you go to that particular realm, you get free. So in so many words, what we're talking about there, let me show you what I'm talking about. Here's a book coming from Oxford. Top-notch stuff. This is scholars from around the world. And this book came out, y'all all right? Yeah. Before the libation, but I was going to say this while I'm on the road. This came out in 2000, which is the year before the millennium, because the millennium was 2001. But either way, it's the same thing. Some say 2000, some say 2001. But it's interesting. These things come out. They're not just books for sale. And it says, Goddess who ruled. Goddess who ruled. Edited by Elizabeth Bernard and Beverly Moody. It's coming from England. What they're saying here is the realm that we got to focus on is we got to get back to the goddess realm. And I know what I'm talking about because you research this stuff. I've been on this thing a while, but it's working. It's starting to work. Which I'm saying here is, in my life, there's goddesses that show up. That's why you see half these pictures up here. They'll show up, and all of a sudden, my situation will change, and I'm at a whole nother level. You see what I'm saying? So I know we're trained to look at everything based on social, economic, and the mundane level, and we say, I don't understand how this can be. But trust me on this one. Everything is changing. The terrain is changing. And what is up has to go down, and what has been suppressed, you see what I'm saying, has to come, but it has to be something new. I'm going ahead of myself. So there's a reason why they wrote this book, Goddess Who Ruled, because the scholars or whatever were saying, no, we got to find out what is this particular stuff that we have excluded in this male-dominated Western culture. They got goddesses from Lakshmi to Oshun. They made sure that we go put the Africans up in here. They got hair from Egypt. They got Kara from Tibet. They got some Japanese. They said, we got to do this in some serious stuff. There's a book called Goddess Who Ruled. And it's a concept. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to give you the version of the concept based on, it's ironic I find the book, but I'm going through this stuff in the research. You see what I'm saying? And I had a book on the shelf. I had a book about 4 years, but I'm going through this stuff in the research, and it all lines up. You see what I'm saying? You see, I haven't read half the book, but I'm saying, but I don't want to say that my stuff is coming from this book. I haven't read half the book, but what I did read, you see what I'm saying? It's saying there is a seriousness on this particular part, as far as goddesses who rule, and in so many words, we're not talking about a physical aspect. It's talking about a mind. You see what I'm saying? A state of mind and a concept. We're going to get into all that today when we go into, because we got a lot of pictures and stuff. And a state of mind and concept. So we're going to get into all that in a few minutes. So I'm going to pull libations. Because, like, give you an example. The goddess Kuan Yin showed up in July, in November. And so she said, I want to deal with you on some things. So I said, well, first of all, I said, I got to invoke you. So I go in and try to find a picture of her. And I said, but I don't want the modern pictures where they got, I want to get one of the ancient ones. And I found one of the ancient ones, the last page in the book, in an old book that I went to Chicago to pay $40 or $50 for a paperback book. And I walked outside of the store and the Bible just fell off. But the pictures of what I needed was what I needed. I needed pictures not what the later cultures draw these stylized versions that look more like their culture. I want to get the original indigenous stuff. You see what I'm saying? That they're gonna fall, but don't worry about it. Now, so she showed up, and then she showed up again in March, and she said, "Now, I'm the goddess of compassion, and there's thousands of Asians that worship her. We can trace her all the way back to Africa. There's thousands of Asians." She said, "Now imagine." And obviously now, it's not that much religious. They worship her, even the Japanese I want to learn Japanese because I want to learn the business. The Japanese use her in business, you see what I'm saying? To make sure they stuff go right. That's why you got Toyotas and Lexus and all this type of stuff been rolling in the last 26 years. In mass. You understand what I'm saying? So this stuff is real, but she said, imagine if I gotta design this stuff with 1 billion people almost. You got China, Thailand, Korea, Japan. Imagine what would happen if I just come to a few black people. Not the Christians that don't want to believe in nothing, but what some preacher tells them. What about if there's some people that take the step to just get to know me? Can you imagine what power I can do? In so many words, what they're saying is that these images, these frequencies, these intelligence saying there's a group of people that DNA is changing. And these are the people that we need to connect with. So there's a connection with the goddesses on the wall that you're seeing. And what I'm going to be showing. And our DNA, it's almost like they look down on the earth and they don't see nothing. It's total darkness. And they see these light beings in the diaspora. Parts of the United States, parts of the UK, you know what I'm saying? Because they got some uprisings and stuff that's going on. The Caribbean, you see what I'm saying? Parts of Africa, and and then they see a few other ones around, spread out in India, Asia, whatever, parts of Europe. And they said, imagine if these particular ones that's got this light can just deal with me on a certain level. Their situations can change for the better. Because the real mystery is they are inside of us. It's in the DNA. The DNA is the gods. You see what I'm saying? It's not up in the sky. You see, it's not even in the pictures. The picture is a template. It's like a hieroglyph. You focus on it and it registers. So if I focus on this picture, it registers. Let's say I take this goddess, Uma. She's sitting there with a leg, one leg up and one leg down. And I focus on her. That means there's some type of DNA molecule inside of me that's one of millions that's inside of my body and I've already activated it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you get the keyboard and you type up your name on the computer and then something comes up on the screen. It's the same thing we're dealing with here because it's all inside of us. I'm going ahead of myself. Y'all all right? Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So we're going to go into this particular science. In a few minutes, like I said, we got all these things we say up for $5. They got real power to them. And it's taking on, and it's really taking on the mind of this phone. I mean, it's real power. What will happen is you tap in, a goddess will show up or a god will show up and say, hey, get a picture of me. I want to help somebody. I want to help you. And I'm saying, and it works this way. I'm giving you something on an advanced level of why they would have multiple statues in Tibet, why they would have multiple statues in India, multiple statues that later on, when you have what is called a fascism, says idolatry. You see what I'm saying? Idolatry means you done got rid of your magical system. You done got rid of the scientific aspect, and you going on blind faith. Which means I'll be led by any fool that can figure out that they can rule over me. You see? Now, let's pour libations. It's some Gordon's gin. Pour libations. I got it down to a science. I'm telling you, I got this thing down to a science that can have something could go wrong on me. I can hurt myself on certain things. Instead of going and getting some medicine from the doctor or some holistic stuff, I got it down to a science. I can get the gin, get it in the body, and let the spirits do the work. And I'm injured for about a couple of minutes, but they can do this stuff overnight. That's the science. We want to ask the question, how